Hello everyone, my name is Prajakta Kamble. In this video, I am going to discuss about a very interesting topic, that is visual and auditory learner under the subject training and development. So let's start the video. Then first we will discuss about what is learning style. Learning style is described as a group of characteristics, attitudes and behavior that defines our way of learning. Different styles tells about or influence the form students learn, how teachers teach, and how the interaction between them. And then first we discuss about a visual learner. Who is visual learner or who are visual learners? Someone who is visual learner tends to observe things, pictures, demonstrations, film, etc. in order to improve her or him level of knowledge. Then let's discuss about characteristic of a visual style. Mm, it tells about when I see it, then I understand. Then first one is visual learners understand written instruction better than oral. Second is visual pay more attention to gestures, facial expressions, corporal language movements. Then third is once they know the spelling of word, they can look for it easily in the dictionary. Next is visual learners can be distracted by noises. They need a calm and quiet environment so as to concentrate. Then fifth one is highlighting and using color coding help them visualize new concept and learn the items quickly. Then sixth one is mind maps. Short outlines, lists and notes are good techniques for them to memorize information. Seventh one is visual learners tend to watch the other person's lips when he or she is speaking because it facilitates their comprehension. Then next is they are used to drawing math problem, then they have less difficulty in order to solve them. Then next is when visual learners are in unknown place, they often examine and observe that surrounds them accurately. So visual learners has a good observation power. Then 10th one is when they meet new people for the first time, they stare at a physical characteristic and the way they dressed. So they often remember these details more than people's name. Then next is auditory learner. Who is auditory learner? The definition of auditory learning style is one of the three learning styles which consist on learning and studying things by hearing from other people or from ourselves. Speaking and interacting auditory people transmit their feelings by shouting, singing, or speaking loudly. Some of them love whistling and humming. Then characteristic of auditory learners. They like speaking to anyone who listens to them. We or such people like listening our their voice when they study because it is the key remember lessons. Then auditory learners tells about we tend to read out loud in a class. However, without knowing it, we bother students who are trying to concentrate. They usually express their feelings by singing in a kind of music that is a passion of auditory learner. Then fourth one is they do not distinguish a word that may have the same spelling, although they have different meanings. Then next is some auditory people hold their heads on the table, their hands with their hands when they are writing something. Mm, then next is visual changes are noticed by them, means they couldn't believe when listening or talking, their eyes are moving, or they give any special expressions in that time, at that time. Then seventh one is when they get lost and it's time to look up at the map, they prefer asking oral directions to someone rather than to go with a Google map or a map draw on a paper. Then next is they do not read the newspaper. They like to listen a radio, news on a TV, and doing their activities. The majority of auditory people are extroverted and open-minded. Yes, auditory people are extroverted and open-minded. They like to meet with people, talk with people, share information with people, in fact interacting with other people. Then moving toward the last part of the presentation, that is the conclusion. Here we can conclude that each student learn differently at different rate using different learning styles. Everyone has a learning style. According according to students' learning style can result in improved attitude towards learning as well as increased self-esteem and academic achievements. Knowing and becoming familiar with your learning style will help you become a more effective and creative teacher. So it's all about learning style, that is the visual and auditory learning styles. Thank you for listening